person, one very special person, a feeling deep in your soul says you were half, now you're whole. No more hunger and thirst, but first be a person who needs people. People who need people. Are the luckiest people in the like a rose under the April snow, and I was always certain love would grow. Love, ageless and evergreen, seldom seen by two. You and I will make each night a first, every day a beginning. Spirits rise and their dance is unrehearsed. They warm and excite us, 'cause we have the brightest love. Two lights that shine as one, morning glory and midnight sun. Time, we've learned to sail above. Time won't change the meaning of one love, ageless and ever, ever make me some room, you people up there on top of the world. I'll meet you, I swear, I'm staking my claim. Remember my name, you're gonna hear from me. Fortune smile on the road before me, and I'm fortune's child. Now listen, world, you can't ignore me. Toss me the moon, 'cause I gotta shine. I'm climbing a cloud and calling it mine. You'll pardon my haste, I've no time to waste. That's how it's gonna be. You'll see, 'cause you're gonna hear from me. I got a song that longs to be played. Raise up my flag, begin my parade. My comet's on fire, I gotta go higher. Start the world over, start coming up clover. That's how it's gonna be. You'll see, yes, you're gonna hear from me. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. gentlemen, I love you guys. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jesse Grissom.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Yo, that's a little zoomed in. You're gonna have to turn it up a little. Hi, hello, people. I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me. She showed me her room, isn't it good? Norwegian wood. Asked me to stay and has told me to sit anywhere. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. We talked until 2, then she said, it's time for bed. In the morning and started to laugh. I told her I didn't and crawled off to sleep in the bath. And when I awoke, I was alone. This bird has flown. So I lit a fire. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. Alright, now live from Boca Raton, it's the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Okay, we'll figure it out later. But we're not looking at easels. We're looking at what's next to us.
How do you like that?
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the cafe. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I didn't even know we were on.
I know.
I was enjoying Mr. Bojangles over there singing.
How are you doing over there?
I'm doing good. How you doing? I see you talking balloon.
Isn't this amazing?
Tremendous.
What's the name of the company?
I don't know. What's the name of it?
Todo Bello.
Todo
Balloons.
Bello. You see, you're getting better
I'm
and better.
getting better at it. By our good friend, host of Mindset for Success, Carolina Ayala. These are absolutely amazing balloons. You got to come in tomorrow. We're just getting ready for our 7-year itch party, as Freddie says, on the Brooklyn
7-year
Cafe
itch.
Show.
I never said that, but that's okay.
That's how you've labeled everything. You've put out so much content lately that says 7-year itch.
I know.
And the
Scratchy,
people comment
scratchy.
and I look at it. You'd be scratchy to
In
you too.
Spanish, there's an old saying, you know, something about, ¿cómo se dice en español? Scratchy, scratchy, sniff, sniff, boom, boom, or something like that. Or something.
It doesn't sound very nice. All I
It
can
is.
tell
It's very
you that.
funny. Scratch
And
and
look,
sniff.
you got a new sequin hat up there. I've
It's
got a
scratch
new
and
wand.
sniff.
Look at this. How do you like that? You got a sequin hat
I know, she's outrageous.
and a new wand, and then there's a whole picture ring array as well.
She's outrageous.
I don't even think I have an easel.
Dude.
So what happens when you and I go out on set?
And there's the man, the
and there
myth,
you go.
and the legend.
Josh in the house. That music was by our very own producer, Joshua Martin. We had a great meeting this morning. We've got a new event coming August 10th, so mark you the date. It's for Boca Raton Festival Days. It's in conjunction with Sunscape Assisted Living and City of Boca Raton for their festival days. We're going to be having an art show there, so more information coming as that venue gets closer. It's located right on Boca Rio Road. It is a brand new assisted living facility and memory care opening up next month. It hasn't even opened yet, but
It's
it is
so new,
beautiful.
the paint is drying.
They're
when we
still
walked
putting
in
the
there.
baseboards on.
Unbelievable, and the rugs. But this place is a venue like no other.
I've never seen an assisted living with a swimming pool.
I've never seen this. This is like a Hotel 6. I mean, it was tremendous.
It's like a cruise ship on land.
Yes, it's really nice. And the nice thing is we're going to do a show from there. We're going to bring in some entertainers. We're going to bring in a Latino crew as well. Because she won't be here tomorrow.
She moved all her clients for tomorrow so she can do 2 shows a week. Woman's got to work at some point.
I know. I get used to the fact. But my goodness gracious, what a venue. August 8th, circle it. 10th. Circle it. I said the 8th? We have something else on the 8th.
I don't know.
I haven't told you yet. But circle it because we are also going to be involved in Meisner Park with the walk
Which walk?
and Alzheimer's.
Good.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, Boca Festival Days is when a for-profit and a non-for-profit team up, and all the proceeds go back to the non-for-profit. So ticket sales for this event is $35. It is August 10th at Sunscape Senior Facility, and it benefits the Walk for Alzheimer's, which is always in November, right? Usually in Meisner Park. We'll get all those details as well, and you can just join Team Sunscape and make a donation for that.
That's right. And we want to team up with Sunscape because we think that that facility is outstanding.
It's beautiful.
And we want to team up with them. We
Wonder if
be
I can
their
get my mom
marketing
and dad to move there. Their doctors aren't there. They're going to tell me no, but it is beautiful.
If they let me, if you let me handle it, they will sign on the dotted line.
You think so?
Oh,
For you,
absolutely.
probably.
Absolutely.
My
The
mom will
place
do
is
anything for you.
gorgeous.
It is beautiful.
Never seen anything like that.
Get a 2-bedroom. They have their own little living room, a little kitchenette. What else you need?
Nothing. And then you have entertainment. We're going to have some singers in there. We're going to have some puppeteers. We're going to have some magicians. Now, all those connections that you've been building up on, whoop, they can go there.
7 years. Whoop. Yes, we're going to see if we can get Ken Bieberman in there, Lola as well. We've got
All the artists.
Mark Freeman. You got Carlos Scott. You got Rosie Sherman. You've got Audrey. You got Jay Harmon. We've got some Amy. We got a lot. We've got also Sally Bernard. A lot of things
We
going
have
on.
a lot of artists. You're going to come with us. You're going to bring your stuff, bring your easels. You're going to do this. You're going to do the show. We're going to talk to the owners of this place. Fantastic opportunities. It's really great. I love it.
You like getting back out on the road?
I do.
How do you like summer in Florida?
What summer? The sun is always here.
The sun is always here.
So
It's a little bit
hotter,
different in the
a little more
studio,
humid. So it's the same
but
difference.
we're getting ready for tomorrow.
Bad storms. I heard we're going
Not
to
the
get hit.
storms. I meant the party.
No, I heard we're going to get hit at the end of the week.
I'll worry about that at the end of the week.
But make sure you have your water. Are you ready? We should call him.
Oh, because there's a tropical depression.
Are
I
you
heard
ready?
it's going to miss Puerto Rico.
Thank
Puerto Rico's going to
goodness.
get some rain, but they say it's going to stay underneath Puerto Rico.
Boom. Stay underneath.
I guess
Go.
it's going to go into the Gulf. Speaking of Gulf, I'm
Are
really
you giving me the finger?
No, I'm really bad at geography.
Yes.
I didn't realize the Titanic was
Yes.
off the coast of the United States and Canada. I thought it was closer to
900
England.
miles from Boston.
I didn't realize it was that close to us. I really thought it was closer to England until I saw what's going on.
The Titanic sailed from New York, went north to hit England, and it sank. It's 900 miles, nautical miles from Boston.
I didn't realize it was that close, and you saw this whole crew was missing.
The sub is missing.
There's 5 people that are missing.
Yep.
You know what the angels are saying? Leave us alone. Leave us in peace. Don't come down.
Well, you know, they decided.
That's what I think they're saying.
After-
Like, just stop.
After they found this thing, they decided to turn it into a business. For $250,000,
Yeah.
you get to go in a sub and go see the Titanic for an hour or two. But the captain of this thing says anything could go wrong. You think I'm going to get on something like that?
What'd they
Anything
say?
could go wrong.
May they rest in peace. Let them rest in peace. Leave them
You know,
alone.
they sort of go around. It's not like they're looking for bodies.
Oh, did the souls actually just stay right there? I think they're just leave well enough alone. Why do
It's
we
a
have
great
to
business
explore
idea.
everything?
I just don't want to go down there.
$250,000
Per.
per person.
Per.
96 hours of oxygen, and it's day 3.
Yeah, they still have 30 hours. They still have until Wednesday to find them. The problem is that the currents underneath are so strong. And they were warned, stop doing this. And they decided to take this little vessel, which has 5 escape hatches. There's something that's not right. There's something wrong with this whole thing.
Like they haven't found anybody
Like,
worth
I
the
think they're
vessel?
going to find him today, and then the publicity on this thing has been tremendous. God forbid. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do find him.
I hope they find him alive, is what I'm hoping.
It's just strange. But anyway, switching gears to a happier thought, using one of your lines. July 21st. Did you see who we opened up with?
That was an amazing piece, by the way.
I got to tell you, Mayor put that together. She gets better. That was a nice job. That chick, J.C. Dreesen, not bad.
July 21st, Movies of Delray, 7:30. Get your tickets. You can go to events.amp2.tv. Get your tickets, only $18. Great premiere. We need to talk about some VIP
21.
pricing as well.
We do, because we had to add a little something
She
to
liked
the
that
flavor.
idea, right?
Why didn't you think about it earlier?
Because you throw so many things at me that I'm never really sure what's going to be and what's an idea.
Ay, Papa. Well, if you see me signing the contract for the theater, I
But I
think that's...
didn't know, because you do things in other rooms and you talk about it, and we make banners for a lot of things. I'm never really sure when they're coming to fruition. And then they're here, and then my brain says, oh, but we should do more. It's that or thing.
Well, Carolina's going to do a concert in Spanish. She's going to sing Spanish
You're going to sing in
songs.
Spanish?
No, I'm not
You
singing.
sing.
No,
I know you do.
not
They
at all.
told me you do.
That's not one of my skills.
The secret is out.
No.
Tú eres cantante.
No,
Yo
no.
soy el cantante.
No, really, no singing at all, nothing.
They want you to hold the mic.
Zero.
No singing?
Zero. No
You
singing.
don't do no singing, you just do balloons
Yes.
and coach?
Yeah.
How was your show today?
Amazing. I have a amazing guest, Carolina. She's here with us today. We were talking about how to balance the different areas of your life to be really successful. It has to be something
closer to
overall.
your mouth.
Overall, it have to be an overall success to really be successful in life.
You got to balance. You got to balance stuff.
Yes, totally.
Because if you're too good or you're too bad and there's no balance, you get out of whack.
And that's what she was talking about today, how important it is to have that balance and to make time to create that balance. Because sometimes people believe that the success is instant, but it's a process, and you have to be able to
Isn't
be
that the
consistent and persistent to be able to achieve it.
But what's more important, knowing you need balance or achieving balance?
You can't
I
achieve
think
it without knowing.
you cannot
right?
achieve if you don't know, because, achieving is a manifestation of knowing. It's applying the knowledge into your daily life. That's the only way that you achieve.
Okay, so then you got to know about balance in order to achieve. Okay.
Yes.
So then let me ask you the tricky question.
Yes.
If you're bad at something, do you acknowledge the fact I'm not good at this, I got to be better?
Totally. And
So
that's
you
when
have
you
to
look
be
for
honest?
help.
So you got to look in the
course.
mirror and say, you know, I stink at that.
Of course. Yeah.
If people do that,
Yeah.
oh, I want to go to your coach.
All right, I have to ask you, what kind of balance are we talking about, Carolina? You have a mic?
Yeah, I do.
Grab your mic.
Like with
Grab your
Carolina.
mic.
That one. You. It's with you.
The other, we're going to have two Carolinas. You're going to make it easy for Freddie.
Yeah.
What type of balance? Work, business, family?
Yeah, every one of them. You need balance in every area of your life, because if you only focus in one, eventually you're gonna miss you're gonna feel the loss of the other ones. I think you can have, during a time of your life, more focus in one area. For example, right now we are mainly focused in developing our business, because with is the vehicle for us to achieve the other balances. So we are building our business in order to someday have the financial freedom, and at that time have the time to spend with their family, raise our children, travel, develop our spiritual life too, have our finances in order, everything in place. But right now we are mainly focused in developing one to achieve the other ones.
So you're putting everything on hold.
Not
For
like
work.
not like on hold, but the majority of the time
It's
we are developing our mindset, our knowledge about business, reaching everyone we need to build a business with, so achieve that balance that Carolina
But that's
was talking
different
about.
for young people, for your generation. And I say that because my kids are your age, your kids are their age, everyone's into this work-life balance, where life is more important sometimes than work. You're going away, there's honeymoons, there's vacations, there's friends' weddings, and then you squeeze the work in between the vacations. But you have a different mindset.
Yes, because I think the vision we have about the life we want to build is about having all of that, but with a peace of mind about finances. We think about finances as the structure of the home. So if you have that right, you can have all of that you were talking about and not have to worry, what do I have to do next month to do this again?
All right, but then let me ask you a question, because it's a great concept and it's the way it should be. And then there are people that you have an idea of what you want to do. You want to have balance because these are things that you do in your life to achieve that balance. And along comes somebody who has a different mindset than you do. You could be married to them, you could be dating them, it could be a neighbor that you listen to, it could be a friend. And all of a sudden, they add a third ingredient to this balance, something that is totally different than what you believe in. Do you tell that person, no, I got my thing going on?
What do you mean?
Because from what I've seen, and I'm going to talk about the Latino community, because my sister is a Latina, and her husband had a different concept from Mimi. Mimi was in the Board of Education for many, many years, 40, 50 years, or whatever she was. And she was a big timer in the Board of Ed. And her husband at the time didn't want Mimi working. You know, Latinos are a little bit different. They don't want, back in the day, they didn't want their wives working.
I think it's different though now.
I understand, but there was an outside influence that sort of threw her balance out the window. Today, there are different things that throw things out the window. Maybe having more than one job. Maybe having a job that you're required to travel. I know a lot of guys, when they get married to their wives, they don't want them traveling all over the United States because all of a sudden you feel a little bit uneasy. Now, if it's him, the guy, and they're traveling all over the United States, they ain't got no problem with that. So how do you compensate balance when there's an outside influence or married influence or boyfriend influence that sort of changes that dimension? How do you find the balance?
You mean for me in my life, or if I influence that person?
Well, I'm not going to use you as an example.
Okay.
I don't think that's fair, but I'm sure that you run into couples.
Well, you could. How do you find balance? Is
We
that what
as
you're
a
asking?
couple?
I'm asking an outside influence, how it changes the balance. Somebody on the outside that comes along and says, I don't want you working. And there's a big hiccup to your balance. I want to work.
But her
How do you handle
husband,
it?
Alan, is here, and he's so they're in this
That's
together.
why I didn't want to use that.
But what
Because
if-
doing it together, that's
What
too
if your
easy.
mother-in-law comes in and says, Alan, you know, Carolina really shouldn't,
shouldn't be working.
She should be home, and she should be
Having
raising
children,
your
taking care
kids,
of the
and
kids."
grocery shopping. And Carolina's like, no, this is what I want. Is that what you mean, outside a third party?
Well, that's another way of putting it, but okay.
Yeah, well, we've known each other for 13 years now.
See, that's why it doesn't work.
We're really not an example of what.
That's a bad example,
But she
yeah.
was saying that most young people, they're different on how they think compared to us, and we have found this because we have worked with a lot of people. So if that happens, my mother-in-law comes and she says that, she's gonna handle that. So she knows what she wants, and I know what we want, and we're on the same page for everything now. So we have talked about this and all of the areas of success that Carolina was talking to the other Carolina on the show, and we're on the same page. Actually, if you watch my show with Carolina and you watch her show with Carolina, you're gonna see we talk
Same
about
thing.
the same thing. So I handle my family because I know what I want for me, and she handles her family, and we're on the same page. So that's how we find we deal with that outside influence in our lives.
Yeah, but you see, you're the exception to the rule. I'll give you an example. I did a meeting yesterday. I went out to do a meeting where there's a show. The TLC, the channel TLC wants. They just want us to shoot it. And it's called Lock and Key. It's about dating. You know, you meet somebody and you put them on a show and what have you. And the reason they're doing it is because the divorce rate has gone through the roof. So somewhere along the line, there ain't too much balance going on in divorce rates. Maybe it was COVID, maybe it's being under the same roof with the same person too long, whatever it is. But sometimes balance, I think you have to understand what balance is before you can achieve it. That's why I asked you that question before. And that meeting I had for 2 hours yesterday, he was just drilling home about how the divorce rate is driving the curiosity to this show. Because most of the people that are coming to the show that are signing up are divorced or getting divorced, which is really strange. So that's why you're not a good example of the question. But on the outside, with what's happening right now, a lot of people find it difficult, especially young couples.
Let's take a break. When we come back, let's talk about finances and everything that you're doing to grow your business. Then we get back to balance. More to come. Give us a call, 888-994-4995. Come on in tomorrow at 12 o'clock for our 7-year Itch anniversary party at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. More to come. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
There is no way to ignore it. You hear it on the news, online, from your friends and family. What happened to my money? Whether it got hit by falling stocks and bonds, with the coronavirus, shrunk by a floundering 401k with low interest rates, and is riding the extreme ups and downs of the stock market with political elections. Many Americans are worried about their money and how they're going to retire. Help protect your financial future now and call J.D. Mellberg for your complimentary book from a leading financial firm that shows you ways not to run out of money whether the market goes up or down. This free book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms that can protect your money for a lifetime. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report summarizing the rates and benefits of annuities from hundreds of top-rated insurers, helping you to find ways to get up to 33% more income in retirement. That's right. 2 books, both absolutely free, for calling J.D. Mellberg. Help protect your financial future.
Call 877-643-3015.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies. Now, Boca and Delray Beach have their own oldie station. Catch us on 95.3 FM. It's the greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s. On South Florida's Good Time Oldies, 95.3 FM.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
I never thought I'd ever make it. I can't believe the hell I've been through. Couldn't see the light at the end of This world can be so cold and so heartless. It's hard to find your way alone. Used to run so fast, no one could catch me. I couldn't find my way back home. Well, I've laughed, I've cried, I've almost died, but my broken heart just never knew I had an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Got to be an angel on my shoulder who was right there all the time. Everybody needs someone to cling to with an unchanging love. I finally found a hand to hold on to, a shelter to run to. Now I see He's watching over me. I've got an angel on my shoulder with a plan for me divine. Got to be an angel on my shoulder who was right there, right there, right there, right there all the time. Got to be an angel, an angel, an angel, an angel who was right there all the time.
I love that song.
Man, she can sing. But I tell you, the more I hear JC, the more I gotta tell you, you gotta get your tickets July 21st. Come on down to meet her. We're gonna do a VIP
She's
segment.
here Thursday night too, isn't she?
She's coming in to sing on Thursday, but the more I hear her, she should be here tomorrow. She's gonna do a
cameo?
A cameo.
In and out, and one and done?
Like a little cameo tomorrow. We're gonna have a whole photo shoot with her and everything else. I gotta tell you, you know, when you have a skill set like that, I mean, everybody has a skill set, but she has that singing skill set. I remember when we first met her, I made her a promise. I'm gonna keep my promise. She may kill me, but I'm gonna keep my
When
promise.
she sings, you just think everything's right with the world, right? You put all your issues aside, all your problems aside, and you just listen to the music. That's what's so nice about music.
She's my music balance.
Music is the great leveling ground. It can totally change your emotions up and down.
It is, and Sunrise just sent us a thank you. They have never seen our show. They don't know what's coming. But if you're an artist or a singer or something, you want to come forward, we got a gig for you on August
10th.
10th. Come on down, let's talk.
August 10th. What you know now, would you change growing up as a young adult financially what you did?
No, I continue to make the same mistakes.
You wouldn't do
I
anything
would do them
different?
again. Do them again. I wouldn't change a damn thing.
I think
You know, it's funny you say that because the other day I was thinking, I've had a colorful life, man. Good, bad, and indifferent. But in my life, I've done things that people only wish they could do.
But the stress of finances, you've had it both ways. You've had highs, we've all had highs, we've all had lows. But knowing the highs, the lows, and where you sit now, you wouldn't change anything.
Not at
You
all.
made the same mistakes.
Not at all. You know, they're not highs and lows no more. They're just things that
They're
happen.
just life.
Just things that
But now we look at it as life.
I do now because I'm smarter. You know, if you think
Or
that
we're
life
more
is meant to
tired, I
be
don't know.
perfect, you got a long way to think.
So we're going to talk about finances with Carolina, both Carolinas and Alan, because you guys are young. Do you approach finances, do you think, differently as a young married couple than your parents did? Or how you remember growing up and seeing your parents approach finances?
Well, we were raised in Cuba. There's not
Big difference then.
that kind of finances there. But what I remember about my parents is that they couldn't save much more money. So they had to work all the time. They had like couple weeks a year of vacation. So it's not that they weren't present for me, but in the majority of my child and teenage life, I was with my grandmothers because they were the ones that were at home. They were the ones that could take me to ballet. I took ballet classes. It was like that. So right now we approach finances in a way that we can have, like we were talking earlier, that financial independence that we can choose what we do with our lives.
You know, it's something you just reminded me of something. When I was growing up, my father never went on vacation. And so now I don't even know what a vacation means.
Mm-hmm.
He used to go to Puerto Rico to work in the fields, in the campo. And that to him was his vacation, but you never saw him because he was out chopping stuff and whatever. And now that you say all of this, because my parents had to work so hard to try to establish a savings, he used to tell my mother, we're going on vacation. You know what vacation was? It was going to the beach on Sunday. We used to go every Sunday, and it was like 10 carloads, 50 people used to go to this beach. And that was their vacation. And how hard you work. But do you feel that your parents gave you that whole, that mentality? Cubans are very good business people. Because I'm going to tell you, you in Cuba, you had to be strong to survive. And you had to pick right to survive. So do you feel that him and her working so hard, it sort of became part of your DNA?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I was raised in a home where everyone around me was working very hard. They couldn't save money like I told you, but they were on top of their work all the time, giving their all. And then definitely was a very important part of my race.
Tell me what you're doing now for financial independence and security.
Well, we are building a financial business, not only to have our business, but to build a solid financial plan for our lives and to help other people to reach their financial stability too.
And how do you do that?
Well, we have some services that you put in a plan for families. So let's say we study your family business finances, and we determine that, well, you need this plan, you need this service, and you stick to the plan. So eventually you get that freedom.
And you educate people on spending and saving?
Yes.
Investing as well?
So yes. Is it investing, is it insurance, mortgages, or a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything. Yeah, we, as I told you before, we established like a financial house with a structure that we teach people how to approach every area of the finances in a way that is in order and is solid.
All right, so if we sit down with you, what's the first thing that you ask for us? You come to my house, do you want my mindset? Do you want my bank account, my investment accounts, my mortgages? Where do you start looking at the picture?
Yeah, I'll start for your insurances.
Okay.
So I could see if you have the right type of insurances and if I could save you money in the insurance you are paying. Because maybe you are paying too much and I could save you money.
So insurance, homeowners, health, life?
Car insurance.
Everything?
Everything.
So they're gonna get a workup as to what it is, how you spend. And I gotta ask, single parents, tremendous what's going on right now. Single moms different than single dads. Single parents, male, female, are different in the balanced world. Yes? No?
Yes.
Which is important.
You know, last week Chuck says to me, I have some questions to ask you. And already I know I'm going to go, ugh. We got to look at a budget. And I pretended I didn't hear him because I don't, you know how you don't like that other B word? The budget word for me is like, ugh, I can't even. And I ignored him. And he said, I got to talk to you about the budget. I go, I don't have a budget. I spend what I want to spend, which is a really bad answer. I look at her face. She's like, no. But really, if I need it, I want it, I buy it. Do I go into debt? Sometimes.
That's not the way it works.
Thank you very much. That's not a good answer, I know. So that's why she's laughing. That's why I'm bringing it up. Even when I was your age, the budget thing, it was always a source of conflict in our marriage because I knew I needed things to help raise the kids. We didn't have the money. It was stressful. Couldn't even afford the Disney Channel for Chelsea at one point. My parents had to send us money when we needed cable. Couldn't afford a lot of things at the time. And it always had this overlying heaviness of financial stress. You can help with that. And I was probably about your age at the time. I was in my mid-20s. And that feeling always stays. You never get, it's like when you grow up and you feel like you're overweight. Even if you lose the weight, you're always that overweight person. Even if you have money, you feel this financial stress. It's like this trigger. Can you help people change their mindset to that?
Yes, definitely. We think that people mainly worry about finances because they don't understand how money works. They don't understand how you can put your money to grow and put your finances in order so you don't have to worry that much. Sometimes we have to tell families you need an extra income. You definitely do because your bills keep growing and your income doesn't. So you have to search for another stream of income. And people don't always want to realize, want to face that, but they need.
I think they realize it. It's facing it, though. It's actually having.
Well, how do you face it when they tell you stop spending? You got to put
I would
yourself
get
on the
really
budget.
angry at him when he
But
would tell me that.
why? He's not telling you anything to get you angry.
It would get me really mad. I would go to the gym and I'd get a water bottle, and he would tell me I couldn't afford the water bottle, and I'm like, yes,
well, that's
I can.
That's
But
just
it got to the
ridiculous.
point where it was like $1 here and
Because
$1
you're not
there.
listening to the point. So he's upset that you're not listening to the conversation. Forget about the sentences.
It is.
Because I'm going to tell you something, not for nothing. Sometimes you get a little tricky.
I told you, it's
I
not
said, can we get this? No, we can't. But then you end up getting that.
Can we stay at a Red Roof Inn? No, I don't do that. But then I'll spend triple the amount to stay where I want to
no,
stay.
you can't do
Doesn't
that
make sense.
either.
Or I don't go on vacation.
You sound like my dad. My goodness gracious. My father always gave the money to my mother and says, okay, I'm going to do it right. And for the most part, okay. But my mother used to spend. My father used to say something in Spanish that the money didn't even warm up in the bank. It was already spent.
Doesn't even hit the bank account
You
before it
can't
goes
do
out.
that.
But that's why
especially
she's here.
today. You got to listen to some. You know, it'd be really interesting if you find a woman who spends and a guy who doesn't. Because normally it's the guy who spends.
No, that was
and
my
the woman
household
doesn't.
always.
Your mother spent.
No, me.
What about your mom and dad?
My dad was always the spender. My mother was the saver. Don't forget, my grandfather was from the Bronx on my mother's side, like you. They save. Everything got saved. My dad's family came for more money. My dad, Aaron, too. $1 comes in, he'll spend $2 before the money hits the bank. My son, who's your age, it's June. He'll already be positioning for his birthday in November as to what he's going to buy and who's going to be giving him what as a gift. So he
came
knows
out
in his
in
mind.
Chuck's side of the family.
No, my side. Shoes. He knows in his mind that in 6 months he's going to get this and he's going to do that.
He spends ridiculous money on shoes. Just ridiculous.
I think the credit cards have made a lot of damage in that area because when you have credit card in your hands, it's money that you think you have, but you don't have it. So you spend what you don't have, and that's what people go into debt because it's not the same have an empty account but not having debts and have an empty account and also having debts.
You know, you're right. The problem is that the credit card company makes it feel like it's my money. right?
I
Except
know.
when I have to pay it back. What do you mean I got to pay you back? You said it was my money. And I had 85 credit cards at one time.
Wow.
I had over $600,000 in debt. I bought cars with credit cards. I used to walk in with an 850 FICO score and pay it. But at the time, things were good. They never told me that it can get bad. They never told me the business can get bad. They didn't tell me that the real estate market was going to explode. They didn't tell me these things. So you have to sort of have a coach to prep you for the good, the bad, and the different, right?
And that's what we do, because right now we have a lot of clients that have their investment accounts. And for example, we saw last week in a conference that the financial market had $1 billion dollars lost, because they a lot of people were retiring the money from the accounts. But in the company we work with, actually they have 500 million plus, because the education we provide, you really prepare the clients for that time, this time of the economy, that they don't get nervous. They understand that the economy has a cycle, and you have to stay in the market even when it's low. So you can stay in the market, and when it goes up, you earn more money.
And what's your background in training? Were you
our
trained as a financial planner? Are you trained as finances?
Yeah, we receive training. We have a financial license from the federal state. We receive training every week. We provide training for the agents that work with us. Yeah, every time we have some knowledge, we have communication with our clients. Our clients call us too, but they always we always stay in touch, so they are updated with what's happening in the economy.
Now, do the two of you work together in a client? Do the two of you go in?
No.
Or do you separate clients?
Yeah, we separate clients.
So you're not both sitting there. So if you got a husband and wife team, it isn't like you talk to the husband, she talks to the wife.
No. We usually just, if I got the client, I work it. And if she got the client, she work it. If she needs help or I need help, something specifically that I know she's going to connect better to the client or vice versa, we do it that way then. Sometimes we get together, but most of the time, at the beginning, we used to work together a lot, but now we realize we are both trained to do the work by ourselves, so we split and we get to more people now.
That's interesting, because when I used to sell kitchens, granite people, and there was a husband and wife, I used to have to see who is the stronger alpha male in that whole thing, because the wife is the one in the kitchen. The husband can't be telling her what color to pick and what. I mean, are you gonna cook? Are you gonna be in here, or am I? So it had to make it his idea. And what I see is that the two of them actually balance, again, same word, balance out when they walk into a situation, which is brilliant. It's a smart deal. Now, you guys are located in Miami?
Yes, we are.
Different than West Palm? Different than Boca? People?
Yeah, I would say yes, because I used to work in Fort Lauderdale as a bellman many years ago. And I used to get a lot of people there coming from all over the place, but the people that were local in Fort Lauderdale, and that's closer to Miami, there were more American people, so more people that were born here. So the closer you get to Miami, the more different it is, and the more diversity you get from all over the world. So yes, I haven't been to Boca too much, but I think it's kind of like West Palm and Fort Lauderdale. So yeah, it's different.
It is. When I used to go on Spanish sales in Miami, man, it was harder for me. Harder.
In Miami?
In Miami. Because when I used to go into the Latino home, and they used to find out who I was, because Latinos are different. They want to know who they're dealing with. You can put anything in a can of Goya, but they want to know if you're the can of Goya or you're something else, Iberia or something. And I used to have to spend the first 20 minutes warming up so that they knew who I was. And it was harder for me, because my cultura, my culture in the Bronx, even though we were Latino, was more Americanized.
But for them, I think it's easier in Miami because the culture in Miami it's so diverse, but it's so heavily Cuban.
And they're closer
Yes.
to their culture.
Yes,
Right.
but with Cubans, we have this problem that we don't have a financial education, like at all, nothing. So, because of how we've been raised in our country, I feel that Cubans get here with a lot of problems with confidence. So they don't trust in people. They don't. They always thinking that you're taking advantage of me. If you're offering something, it's because you want to benefit from me. You don't want to benefit me. So we have to build, even with our people, we have to build much more confidence
Yeah.
than with another communities.
You have to build the trust. Do you ever
Yes.
give seminars?
Yes, we do.
And that probably helps.
Yes.
Because they see you long term. They see you through the whole event and say, all right, I like what she has to say, or I like what he has to say. And they can resonate. It's like The Voice. Who they want to be their coach? Which one of you? You can pick and choose, but either one is a good choice.
Exactly.
If you had a coach, would you listen to the coach? If they were your coaches, would you listen?
That's the thing.
And then if they side with Chuck and say, he's right, you have to slow down your spending.
Listen,
would you
there
do
were
it?
things I knew I needed to slow down my spending on, but there are also things I knew I needed to make to run the house that I couldn't slow my spending
Pair of
down.
shoes?
No, I didn't even do
Oh,
that
I'm just
then. But there were
asking.
things I needed. We needed food. The kids needed uniforms for sports, whatever it was. They needed new calculators for school. There's certain things
But
you
those
need.
are minor things. I'm
But-
talking about the other stuff he complains about.
But-
Don't spend it.
Oh, now it's different.
See, we
now.
have
would
a
you
solution for her. Yes, we have a solution for
What's
for,
my
for her.
solution?
So usually financial advisors and financial experts, they approach clients to try and make a budget for them. And that's really tough, and most people don't stick to a budget because then that will mean they have to change their lifestyle. So the way we approach finances is that we're gonna be focusing on 3 areas mostly where we can find savings for you, and with those savings, we're gonna actually build your plan for your future and protect the family like right away, no? So these 3 areas is save money on taxes, which you're already spending money on taxes. So we're gonna find ways to save money on taxes. Save money on insurance. You're probably already spending money on insurance. So we're gonna find a ways for you to save money there and save money on debts and actually get you rid of debts faster than you actually gonna be by yourself. And even spending less money than what you are now on debts, you're gonna get rid of those debts faster. So for people who don't wanna stick to a budget, we have that solution because you're already spending money on those 3 areas, and with that, we build your financial plan.
I think one of the best things is to take money out before you get your paycheck. Whether it goes into a 401k or it goes into some investment vehicle, even if it's $50 a month or $100 a month.
Right,
Because
so-
if you take it home, you're going to spend it. If you don't take home $100, you're really not going to miss that $100.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
especially if you have if your employer matches it, it's a no-brainer. We keep trying to tell the kids that, but we can't afford that. You can afford $50 a month, and then it's $100 a month. And then at the end of the year, you're looking at $1,200, and maybe you can afford $100. Maybe it's matched. If you have a matched plan, you should really take advantage of it. Even $100 a month. So it's one dinner on a Saturday night out in Miami that you're not going to do.
That's right.
You know, maybe you make a pizza that night. There's ways around it. But once you take it home, it's gone. Once that check comes in, it's out. At least in my world. Maybe not in your world.
I never see it.
So it's the same thing.
It is the same thing. It's about discipline. It's about, it isn't trying to interfere how you live your life. It isn't being, especially when somebody tells you not to, because all of a sudden the red flags go up. What do you mean I can't? And you don't want to hear that.
But it's about the approach. I like how you said, well, we've got ideas. Instead of saying, don't spend, it's all about delivery.
There it is, delivery.
Right? You're
She
not
liked that
saying
one.
don't
She liked
spend,
that
you're
one.
saying, I have an idea for you. Why don't we try? And then it's a little bit of a softer approach instead of putting up your hand and saying, no, don't. Someone puts up their hand and tells me don't, I'm going to do.
It's an old saying, buy right. When you buy right, then you can spend wisely.
But it's a nice, softer approach. to do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, we've been doing it for a while, and like I said, most financial experts, they approach by putting a budget, and people don't like that, especially the Latino community, since, there is a statistic that Latinos and immigrants that comes into the United States, after they're in the country for 5 years, they're already in financial troubles. Because that's the time it takes to, but 5 years is the time that it takes to actually build up your credit, and then you start getting a lot of credit cards, and that's the time you need to actually get into financial troubles, and that's where we come in to actually get them out of those debts and put a plan that you're gonna be saving. I'm not gonna tell you what you need to do with your money. I'm just gonna tell you save. I'm gonna find you a saving here, and with that, I'm gonna build out a retirement plan, an emergency fund, and all the insurances that you need to protect your family. And if you're buying a home, also that.
Do they still say you should have 6 months in cash as an emergency fund?
It should be ideally 6 months. You should at least have 3 to be safe.
All right.
Inflation ate that in half.
Commercial break?
Yes.
On the other side of these beautiful balloons. You need a drink of water? I think
No,
you're
I'm
choking
good.
over there.
I have an eyelash in my eye.
More to come. It's a tough conversation, but definitely a conversation that you need to have, and the younger, the better. So more to come on the other side of this break, which is perfect for getting thrifty with Trippy. See what they did last weekend, and we'll be right back.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call, because the best prices are not online. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner. Call today and get the best price on your next flight, guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
Welcome to a new way to watch your favorite shows. Only at www.amp2.tv/Roku. It's a place filled with music, podcasts, news, and more. Come join us.
If you have diabetes, would you like to eliminate painful finger sticks? Are you injecting insulin multiple times per day? Then you may qualify for a continuous glucose monitor. CGMs monitor blood sugar using a small patch placed on your upper arm or abdomen, and they use your smartphone to accurately monitor your blood sugar levels. Stop pricking and start scanning. Plus, CGMs are covered by Medicare and most private insurance plans. They can be shipped free of charge to your door. Call today to see if you qualify.
Todo Bello Balloons is a business that was born out of a passion for creating unique and beautiful balloon designs, including balloon bouquets, balloon arches, balloon columns, and more. We specialize in creating unique and beautiful balloon designs that bring your dreams into reality. We believe that balloons have the power to bring people together and create lasting memories, and we are honored to be part of that experience. Contact us and we will bring happiness to your celebrations with our balloons.
Artist Rosie Sherman paints her passions to share with everyone. Expressing herself through bold and vibrant colors, her suggestion and style are always in flux. Inspired by travels, nature, romance, and the human spirit, Rosie makes sure her depiction of women are strong and proud. Her landscapes illustrate the changing seasons in the diverse world that we live in. To find her artwork in the multiple medias you can purchase, visit rosiesherman.pixels.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
It's not a whispered word or pretty phrase. It's not a touch. It's not a gaze. It's not how we hold on, but how we grow. It's standing back and letting go. It's not the beauty of making someone yours. Love sets us free. Love opens doors. Love says move on. Stand on your own. Love knows when someone else needs to rise and walk along. Life has to change. Don't wonder why. It needs to feel the light of the open sky. If we hold on too tight, how can a dream take flight? Open my arms and let him fly. It's not just pulling someone very near. It's having faith instead of fear. You can't hold someone back when his dream calls. Love is a home that has no walls. Yes, he may disappear. There's no way to know. You take that chance. You let him go. Go find your dream. Be who you are. I want much more for you
tell you.
Yeah, we're back.
You know what today is?
Tuesday, all day.
You know what that means?
No.
What's in the house for lunch?
Oh, pizza rica. Tráeme
It smells
mozzarella.
so good. It must be the wings that I smell.
Where did G-Man go? Oh, G-Man went to get a cinder block.
Oh, he dropped off the food and left?
Yes. He went to Home Depot to get a cinder block. You know why? He wants to put the red table on the cinder block.
Is it sitting in water?
Yeah. And then he made me get umbrellas. I have umbrellas in the car for the red table. So now they hang out on the red table outside. They're going to be taking Sunny.
There's a show called The Red Table, or Red Table Talk, I think with Jada, right?
Yeah,
Is it still out?
I think so.
But they sit around the red table and they have a conversation. It's going to be our next show.
The red table on the porch show.
There you go.
So anyway, that's what's going on right now. Oh, and by the way, Trippy was doing something on Saturday.
Yeah, she's going to set this up. Tristan went out because we have a new singer who's joining our family. We've got Megan Falk. And Megan always comes in looking very professional and very put together. And I said, why don't you guys go out thrifting and get Megan's real authentic look going? So you want to set this up?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we went out on Saturday. Excuse me. Went to a couple of thrift stores. It was her, me, and this other girl, Kennedy, who's a producer here as well with us. And we had a lot of fun. It was amazing. It was a blast. The first store that we went to had a lot of pieces that really like fit into like the aesthetic that we were going for. Sadly, a lot of them didn't fit though. But the second store, we ended up finding like a couple of like unique pieces that, you know, you really had to like look for. So, but she ended up buying a couple from the second store mostly, and I think that when you see her tomorrow when she comes in to sing, you'll see a completely different Megan.
Now, why did you like thrifting instead of going to the mall or an outlet store?
Well, I mean, you can always find the most unique pieces, I think, and like a lot of them also priced extremely well, and they're in great condition, and you know, it makes you feel like you have like a one-of-a-kind type of piece when you find something that is not there anymore. I mean, you could probably go to the store and find something else very similar, but at what cost? So I love thrifting. I think that it's, you know, good for the environment to recycle as well. So like doing that and like buying it cheap.
And Kennedy went with you as well, right? Kennedy was part of that whole.
Yeah, Kennedy came out too. She was having a grand old time. Tried on a few different things, but she fell in love with this one dress that she ended up buying. It's jean. You'll see it in the video later after this. But yeah, so she loved it. She thought it was so adorable. I actually picked it out for her, and she fell in love with it. So.
Our resident fashionista. What's the difference between thrifting and consignment?
Ooh. I'm actually not really sure, to be honest.
In my mind, the only difference is the person that's consigning is making money on it instead of the thrift store. But it's really the same thing. It's just the delivery. It's just a mindset, right?
Exactly.
So I buy a lot of clothes on consignment online. But it's really no different than going to the thrift store.
No, there's a huge,
pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Like, it really isn't much.
Why?
Because consignment means if it doesn't sell, you get it back. So there are certain things, usually consignment you find more exotic things because you're not quite sure you want to sell it. So you say, well, if it doesn't sell, I want it back. And the other one, thrift, is gone. And here it is, gone.
But it's a great way to recycle clothing.
It is.
Right, it's not filling our landfills. Either way, we're recycling clothing. You're getting just as cool styles because you can mix and match at a great price. It's great to save money.
Absolutely.
We're on to our thrifty. Getting thrifty with Trippy.
Yep.
But the interesting thing is that if it isn't clothing, they usually have the most exotic stuff. In Fort Lauderdale, they have an antique boulevard where they have clothes and stuff. And you find some of the damnedest things. Old Sideshow, that thing called On the Sideshow or something, they found a guy that had a coin that was worth millions.
Oh, the antiques.
Yeah, the antique shows.
Yeah.
And so in this thing, you can find throwbacks, bell bottoms. You can find things you just can't find in the stores no more.
Some fun stuff.
And they look really good.
All right, let's roll the piece.
Let's roll that piece.
Yeah, let's
you got
do
it
it.
out?
Hey everyone, it's Trisna, Megan, Kennedy, and we're all here thrifting, and yeah, we're gonna see what we can find in the store. Yes, let's do it.
And I just want you to know that poor Ryan was left out.
But he got to edit the whole piece.
He got to edit the piece.
They sat yesterday, they put it together. Nice job, you guys.
That was very nice. It looked like you guys had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I had an amazing time. I almost cried right there, to be honest.
So I gotta tell you, Megan, I appreciate what you guys did for Megan on that piece, and for Kennedy for that fact. I remember Kennedy saying that she needed stuff, and it looks like she had a ball.
Yeah, she said she got a lot of things.
Yeah, so I mean, she was really excited. We tried on a bunch of stuff, so she just wanted to look for some new style, and I think I crept in her mind a little.
Nice. But you're really good at that, at styles.
Thank you.
I mean, you wear your black and you throw on this red jacket, curl your hair, and you've had a whole nother look going.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I love to spice things up.
She's definitely a fashionista.
Well, she definitely has control, and we're talking to a couple of people about doing shows, and they're looking for hosts and stuff like that, and I threw her name in the ring as well. So I said to her, start practicing, start doing some more online stuff, start being in front of the camera a little bit more to get back the juices and flowing, but she's very good.
Get out and do more of these pieces.
Yeah.
That was a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I would love to do another one, honestly. We should make it like a monthly thing.
You should.
So
see what else is out there.
Yeah.
And even like Halloween costumes, how you can do. We did that one year. We went and got, you got your king costume.
I'm not
back
doing
there.
that again.
Why?
I don't want to.
You don't want to go thrifting?
That green stuff did not come out
no,
of my
I meant thrifting
body.
to get your costume.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Oh yeah. I try to go thrifting every Halloween for my costume. Like a few years ago, I was looking for a Beetlejuice costume. So like, it's a rare find, but I spent 5 years planning that costume because I wanted to thrift it. I wanted to find it thrifted. So I ended up finding a 2-piece set with shorts instead of pants, but I made it work and it was killer. So I always love, like, even that in the video you see like I'm wearing like the orange dress at the sweater. It's not a dress, but it's a dress on me. I thought of like, oh, that could be a great Velma costume, you know, and I have purple pants at home, so that'd be like Daphne. And I'm like, you can always just come up with like the easiest things with some of the stuff that you just have in your closet.
Upside, we should do a whole, I want to do a more routine segment, especially on the summer. When people are trying to save money, go on vacations, put money away, do some fun things, but they don't know how.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a great segment for you to put together.
Perfect, I'd love
Getting
to.
Thrifty with Trippy. It's a tongue teaser. Tongue-tied. Say that 10 times fast.
No.
Thrifty with Trippy.
I want to do a masquerade party. I was talking to Gio and some other people, and they criticized me, saying I was creepy.
Why?
Because that stupid movie.
Well, it doesn't have to be
Eyes
that
Wide-
movie. Shut.
That one. I wasn't thinking about that. I thought it was kind of cool that you wore a mask and maybe a tux.
Because if you had a mask on, no one would know who you were.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I know. I hide my hat.
They would have no idea who you were.
It's just fun. Halloween, when it comes, I think we should do a masquerade party.
But it goes to mindset. So I want to talk to Carolina because we were talking about finance and it's about the delivery, right? So when Alan says, I have 3 ideas, we can try this or this
you
or
hit
this.
You hit a nerve.
Versus saying no. Carolina says to me,
Hit a nerve.
when someone says to you no, what is it, or was it about shopping or spending that you feel makes you feel better?
Nobody wants to hear no, don't do that.
Yeah, I think that it's all about how the concept that you attach to different words. So, for
Switch.
example, sometimes when
Switch the
somebody
camera.
tells you budget, it's about controlling, limitation, restriction. So for you, of course, the reaction is an emotional reaction. So you do totally the opposite. So, but if you understand that for yourself, you say, okay, every time this person says budget, that's not what they're meaning. They're not trying to control me. And you can...
Maybe they are.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But that's a change of mindset.
That's a change of mindset because it's not that they want to control you. Maybe they're trying to create a win-win situation. But you have to see it that way. You have to open the door to be able to go there. But if you already react, you are closing all the doors to any kind of conversation or even to improve, so that escalate to other things. So it's all about communication to understand what are your needs and your priorities. And when you go and run to shop, what is it that you're looking for? Maybe you're looking for control, maybe you're looking for, I can do it. You know, there is no lack.
Because clearly I don't need any more shoes if you saw my closet, Carolina. I do not need any more, but yet I still am compelled to buy them.
I wrote a book, How to Raise a Rebel.
You think I'm a rebel?
It was 300 pages, and there was only one word in the book.
Go on. No.
Tell them not to do it. The word no. That's it. See, the problem is not what you say, it's just saying it. Because we grow up thinking we're independent, we have rights, and we have more rights, and we have even more rights. So no matter what anybody tells you, don't do that, you're going to do it.
Now I'm going to do it, of course.
Everybody's going to do it. So it's about, forget about what they tell you. Use common sense. If you want to buy something, ain't nobody going to tell you not to buy. Who's going to stop you from doing it? But if they tell you, get it from another source, do it a different way.
Yeah, and then you see your credit card bills. And then you say, oh, no, I got to deal with this. Or Christmas was this much. But it looks so great for the kids. But it's back to mindset.
And I like their approach because they are not limiting you. They are giving you options, which is totally different. So in that way, you are more open to try. At least try and say, oh, maybe let me try what they're saying. Because if they come with limitations, it's that way. You just do whatever you want to do.
Now, do you negotiate spending? If you have somebody in your life and the two of you are putting monies together, do you negotiate spending? He says, okay, I want to take a trip. It's going to cost $8,000. And the other person says, hold it, wait a minute, let's talk about this.
I think that everything in life is about a negotiation.
Everything.
Everything. Everything.
I like that approach. It's better than hearing no, and I'm going to do it, which is the extremes on
because
both ends.
what you need to find is that balance, which is the middle ground when both of the people involved feel that they're winning. That's it. So it's all a negotiation.
I hate spending money.
That's not true.
It is true. But when they tell me I can, then
will,
I do. If you tell me, okay, what do you want to get? I'm going to tell you. All right, here we go.
But did we get everything you wanted?
No.
What's left? Only the trusses.
And?
And what?
The recorder. Oh. It doesn't matter. That's an example.
Yes.
And then I hate throwing things away.
Oh, really?
I hate it. I see like this or that. I see a use for it in the future. Don't throw it away. When I have to go to the march, that I have to throw something away, man, it must be completely dead. I hold on to it.
Wait till you move.
But you like to change furniture, and it's needed. I'm not saying you're wrong. I think you're right.
Things just need a fresh look sometimes because it's energy, especially here at work. It's energy.
I give you that.
And there's a lot of people that come through here, and you want it to look fresh. You want it, every time we come in, you don't want it to be boring, right? You want it to have, that's why your balloons are so incredible, and the music changes it, moving the artwork around, just even that to this, it changes the energy.
Well, let me tell you, somebody buys a cake, a ceremony in a box, and it's sitting on the table. Are you the first one that opens it?
Yeah.
Why
First
not?
one?
Yes, why not?
I never.
Really?
I have never. I'm not the first.
Really?
I wait. If there's one piece of chicken left, one piece of something left, do you take the last piece? Oh, how come I've seen it sit there forever? Because nobody wants to take the last piece.
We've
Why
had a
is
chicken
that?
wing sometimes at the end of the day. There's one chicken wing that sits in that box until finally I say, G-Man, you want it? As if I serve it, someone will eat it. If it sits in the box, nobody takes
Well,
it.
would you take it?
They
See,
don't take
because
it.
sometimes the beginning and the end is the hardest thing. To get something started that's good for you or to end something that was good for you is hard to do.
Yes.
But I've seen it. I've seen it in action.
What's it like? I'm going to bring in a younger, both of you guys. Spending money or saving money, Josh?
Let me use Carolina's. Well, coming here, I used to go out and buy lunch every day. I'm not doing that anymore. So now I'm saving at least $40-50 a week.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, and then you see it in a month, you're saving at least $200 a month, and then it grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, but some of the lunches you got were tremendously spectacular.
Yeah, I know, and I miss them. Now I'm stuck eating, my Uncrustables, but it is what it is.
But it gives you more money to go out, do things with Nikki, things that you want to do.
Yeah. So.
Growing up is painful. You know?
How about you, Trishna?
My situation's also a little different with like my serving job. Like a lot of the time I just save all my cash. And so I just have like that as my savings. Plus I have like extra savings like already in my account and I just kind of have money everywhere. But like when I serve, I do just save all my cash. And so it helps me save.
She's a good saver.
But I've noticed you stopped going and getting these lunches and you're eating lunch here. But little by little, especially now, lunch is so expensive to go out. Lunch has got to be $20, or $15 to $20 every time you go out. Makes a big difference. Is that one of the strategies?
Spend right.
So for me, there are 3 ways to use your money. You got wasting money, where you're putting money, you're just throwing it away, you're never getting a return from it. You're spending money, which is something that you gotta do, like buying groceries, paying for electricity, paying for your mortgage. That you gotta do, that's spending money. And then you got investing money, where you know that you're gonna get a return in the future for that. So for us, we try to focus on investing, instead of saving, investing, and then spending the money that is left for the, the day-to-day bills.
I gotta tell you, when you become a grandparent, everything changes. Because you can't go see your grandkids without something in hand. Can't do it. And it's funny because I feel like my grandparents now, like when I was growing up, and they used to always have something. So when I went to see the boys, or I go see the kids on the other side in Tampa, I can't go empty-handed no more. That whole concept has changed. Changed. Right before my eyes, I've aged. Boom.
Interesting.
It's happened. Because, but you always tell your kids, I want your life to be better than mine. And you tell your grandkids, I want your life to be better than your parents. And then you have to sort of live to that thing. So again, more balance, because you got to find a couple of dollars here, and a couple of dollars there to be able to do the things you want to do, even though it's really tough now. Everything right now is tough, expensive.
It's really expensive. I don't know what happened. Groceries went up again this week. I can get the same. What are you going to do? Not eat?
But where did you go?
I don't go to Publix anymore. I use Sprouts and
go
Walmart.
Go to Aldi's.
They told me Aldi's doesn't have fresh food. It's
Go
only
to Trader
packaged
Joe's.
food. Where?
Trader Joe's.
Or
Trader
Trader
Joe's.
Joe's. But
Trader
they don't
Joe's,
have
I
deli,
like.
and they do have the prepared
I like
meals.
Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's and Aldi's are combined. But I like Trader Joe's. The only thing is that some of their foods taste too natural for me.
You gotta go to the swap shop.
No.
That's where you guys should do your next segment, is get thrifty at the swap shop.
I used to live in the swap shop. I lived right down the street from the swap shop on the ocean side. And Gio had the account to that. I've been so much, I'm swap shop out. They got movies there. They got the drive-ins. You ever been to the drive-ins?
You think
A lot
Trista
of fun.
and Megan go down to the swap shop, or you guys have to go with them?
I got to send with a couple of guys.
Take G-Man with you and Josh.
Well, you got to go with a...
Do a thrifty segment down at the swap shop.
Before you go, I sent photos over of the table.
Oh, let's see.
Oh, let's see that. Put them up.
What photos we got?
Of the table.
What table? Oh, the red table. Red table talk.
Oh, it has the cinder blocks on it.
Very nice.
We got to paint it, G-Man.
From God himself.
Yes.
G-Man, that's G-Man's...
Check the shots on
Look
the
at that.
cylinder blocks on the table.
We got to put... It's a red paint. We got to paint it. You got to paint the cinder blocks.
Yes, that one's pristine. Oh my gosh, that one's pristine. You know what I'm saying? They call me Little Winwood.
Nice
Yes,
job.
yes.
Josh, you
Thank
can do
you.
a whole sort of animation drawing on there, and then you can put some resin on it and just save it. It can be a work in progress.
It could be a whole work in progress.
Yeah, you do that, and we're going to come here one morning, and it's going to be gone.
Don't add too much
It's
stuff
a
to
piece
it.
of art. I tell you, sometimes less is more.
When you and I were walking last week, and I said to you, I think I want to take that out of the garbage, who would ever thought it would be a whole seating area
And
now?
it's funny because we put it out there, and when it rained hard the other day, it was a thing of water, and it's made of wood, so we don't want it to rot out, so he got the cinder blocks.
So
Now we
funny.
Spray it.
It's amazing what teamwork can do,
It's amazing what a little thought can get accomplished.
right? It just shows you. When you come
You
together,
don't need shoes. I put cinder blocks on your feet.
great ideas can
Paint
happen.
them red.
I know. What's the best way for people to reach you guys for information, for financial advice, investment, savings?
Yeah, so I think they got our information, but it's just our phone numbers. If you put our names, which is being on the show for the whole time, we're gonna show up on Google because we have many social media. We're on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and there is our numbers, so they can reach out to directly to us too.
Perfect.
You know,
Any size account?
Any
You'll work
what?
with anyone with any income? Any
No,
level
no,
of
no.
income?
We actually specialize on middle income families. We work. Everybody's a client for us, but we specialize on middle income families because that's what the industry and the system here in the United States have forgotten about. And we have services that we can provide to them, especially to them, because most people, when you have, they cannot invest money if they don't have like $100,000, something like that. They can start with us with as little as $50 a month.
Wow. That's a great thing.
anything will work.
Right? $50 a month? Everyone's got that.
Well,
little by little.
Gotta go find.
Or you go
He'll
find
show
it.
you how to find.
I love that. Thank you so much for joining us.
And
Thank you.
And Carolina's show, now Carolina is one of the few hosts that we have that does an English and Spanish show. And I've been meaning to ask you, your English show is on Tuesday?
Spanish.
Thursdays.
I mean Thursday, and your
Spanish is on
Spanish on
Tuesdays.
Tuesday.
Yes.
Is it the same theme or is it two different themes? Is it independent of one another?
It's the same. It's the same concept. Both of them is about mindset for success, and what we're looking for is for our guests to show people that success can be in many different areas, in many different ways, and give us their secrets about how they achieve success and how they continue to achieve success.
And Caroline is just amazing. And these balloons, you got to come by tomorrow and actually see more of what we've got here. We've got a balloon ring, photo op, cake from J&D Cake, some little snack foods, a whole lot of music, and hopefully some networking and a whole lot of fun.
It goes to show you how if you put your mindset towards success, you can almost accomplish almost anything, if not everything.
Yeah, everything.
Did you see that
And
10
anything.
steps of success I posted? You know, I've never done that before until I met somebody like her.
Motivational.
I've never looked at any of that before. But I'm going to tell you, some of the most successful people in the business will tell you how they got there. And the common theme is you got to work hard. You got to work harder than your competitors and the people around you. If you're not willing to do that, then you're not willing to be successful.
You just keep going. I don't know anyone that works harder than you do.
Oh, there's a lot
One
of people.
idea can be 10 or 20. Everyone else will see one, and he's got a whole wheel with different spokes coming out of every single idea.
Yeah, but
like today.
Because I'm not afraid of failing. You know, if you don't fail, it means you ain't successful. It's one of the steps in there. Keep failing. That means you're getting successful because you're learning from mistakes.
The things you've tackled.
And I gotta tell you, and that she and I, she doesn't know this, but her and I think in the same level to our success. She is a hardworking woman. And the details, that she has more details than me. She's more finished. She's like Josh, very finicky, that blue is blue and
Yellow
gold
is
is
yellow,
gold.
yeah.
Yeah. And she's very finicky to that point. Me, I sort of let it blend in. It's okay. No, not the way she does it, which is successful. You having a good time doing it?
Of course, I'm having a blast. I love it. I love it. I really love it.
People have said so many nice things about you. It gives me a toothache because it's just amazing how much you've helped people along the way. Some of the artists, some of the people that come in here say the same thing over and over again. They're very thankful of the fact that you're giving them an opportunity to find their balance, to understanding what balance means. And it's tremendous. And I know it's affected me because, like I posted yesterday, I use music. Now I use these posts that I find. You know, I find athletes and I post them and I share that with the producers because, you know, they're tomorrow's brains. They're the ones that are going to be leading us tomorrow. So it's been a whole lot of fun.
Change your mindset.
Gotta tell you.
Hard work, mindset, and here we are 7 years later. You got to keep going.
The H part.
Got to keep going. Come on down tomorrow if you're in the area. If you want to come back up tomorrow, I know it's a trip, but of course you are welcome to come on back up. Get some financial advice from this young couple over here because it's totally different now when you and I were growing up and raising kids. You see
It's
it with
better.
your kids?
It's better.
There's much more of a
It's
work-life
scarier,
balance.
but there's a whole lot more to pick from.
I see it with my kids. They're definitely into more of the balance than just work. When we were growing up, raising a family, it was work. And maybe squeeze in a vacation, but mostly work.
Yeah, but look what they're doing. Your daughter's about to enter another phase
It's
of her life.
totally different now.
Yeah, but it's exciting, man.
Yep.
She's going to another state. She's going to be doing rocking and rolling. There's excitement in there.
Got to enjoy it, right? You got one life to live, so get
True
out
that.
there and enjoy it.
Do it.
Have a great day, everyone. Be safe, be kind to each other. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time, or stop on into the studio.
Buy your tickets online. What is it?
Events.amp2.tv.
Get your tickets for July 21st. I want to see you there. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.